Dan Snyder here. It is the 23rd of February 2015, and this is that picture of the moon I took the other night. And I could barely get the camera to stand up, basically, and I didn't even see what was going to come into the picture. That was kind of spooky when I seen that. I thought it was pretty interesting how it put itself there. That little pentagram right there. It's just missing that one line, but that's pretty interesting. I thought I just want to share that first, and then I want to show you a couple of other things that I've noticed in the Christ crater. I'm going to call it the Christ crater. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That's what it is. And it's a lot of other things, as I've explained. Waiting for Google Earth to start here. Come on. Okay. Okay. There we go. Just recovering from a little crash I had. So anyways, a couple things that I noticed inside the Schrodinger crater. At least in the pictures that we get, we have to understand that those pictures are not that detailed as they should be, unfortunately. Okay, let me get the picture up here. Schrodinger. Okay, a couple of other things that I noticed on this is the shape of the like the crown. This would be like the crown, and I've noticed like the Egyptians, their crowns and things. This, when I put that picture of the which one is it? This here. You see how he's got that around his head, but there's also like ones where he's got a crown on his head. Right, pictures where he's got a crown on his head, right, and you can kind of see that it would be like a crown. I noticed like Queen Nefertiti had that that shape of her head dress or whatever is kind of shaped like this. You see, it goes kind of like this, like a cone shape. Goes down at an angle this way. And I don't know. It looks to me like it influenced a lot of the crown, basically. The crown period. That is like the crown. And the reason why kings wear a crown, I do believe that would be the reason. Because it's the reason for most things the moon is, I guess. Apparently. That's what I see. And here we go again with the picture. And I noticed something else earlier in the other one, overlay, I think maybe. Oh, I think I lost that image. But that's what I think that is. I think that has a lot to do with the Egypt. It looks kind of like a side view, like the eye, and you can see like the crown or the whatever they called it. You know, the Egyptians called it. I don't know what they called it, but I think that's what that is. I wonder what the definition. I wonder what Moscow means. I mean, the word Moscow. I wonder what that comes up as. Anybody knows? Let me know. I think I looked it up once, and maybe I'll do it again. But anyways, so I haven't gotten many bad comments on the Christ crater. That's surprising, and it's good. I think it's a good thing. I do want to bring up my transparency of truth video. Is after showing what I showed the other day, or the video I made the other day where I discovered that there was a lost continent here that I'd never heard of before, right? If you watch the transparency of truth video, I showed that continent I build it right here. I show it clearly, and it all starts with the moon image in the weather. I mean, people want to think I'm seeing things in the clouds. I am indeed seeing things in the clouds. You better believe it. And it's to me, even though I know that the government is tampering with not tampering necessarily, but putting changing the satellite images to they're making they're they're hiding shit. All right, that's the easiest way to say it. They're just hiding shit. Okay. Now I haven't even looked at Wonder Maps today, but we should look at it. Like last year, I got a whole bunch of images saved from the last few years, a couple years at least, and there should be so many things that we could see in this weather that we're not seeing any longer, and it's unfortunate, and it's probably my fault too. It probably is my fault, but at least I got a whole bunch of images saved already, and I got to back those up, and make sure I don't lose those because I'll never be able to get them back again. So there's nothing new here to really see today. But anyways, I'm gonna go back to Google Earth and just little update, or not update, but a little recap of the. Oh, here's one. Here's a good one. Let's work on this one. Let me bring up the lunar south pole, and this image here is the Mantle Layer picture I pointed out a couple years ago. It's probably been 2 years now. And it's this is Africa, the Sahara. This is Europe up here, and this was the weather pattern I seen over the Earth one day. And doesn't it look 3D to you? It looks three-dimensional to me. This is the big circular hole that's in the Earth somewhere up here. It looks like it starts over North America. The polar vortex basically is what they're calling it. But this hole still exists on the Earth somewhere. This is the hole that creates the continents, okay? This is the one that created South America, everything, all the continents. This big hole was an eruption or something, but this hole is still on the Earth somewhere. I think it might be under North America, where the polar vortex is. You'd think it would be hot and or something, but it's definitely seems to be in the northern hemisphere, because this is where I've seen it. In the Atlantic, right in the Atlantic, right where Atlantis was supposed to be. Okay, right where Atlantis was supposed to be. And now I've taken this picture and I put it with the rest of my ones over here in the Pacific. This stuff's all related. It's really interesting how all these theories and things are around it are so easily proven in a way. Not easily, I shouldn't say easily, because it hasn't been that easy. But it's not with just what I have at my fingertips is just a computer and Google Earth. And just the historical, history and the mythology and everything like that, I put it together pretty well. I think I got it pretty well figured out from the very beginning, all the way to the beginning of man. Basically, I think I got it pretty much figured out. I don't think it has anything to do with aliens. I don't think it has to do with any of that. I think it's just something. It happened between the Earth and the Moon. That's what created life on Earth, basically, I think. Because the Moon was the first god. It definitely was. We can see the many sides of the Moon over the Earth. Sides that don't face the Earth anymore, their prints are left all over the Earth. But anyways, I have to adjust this, because the other day I didn't. Here, I got to turn it this way so I can do this properly. I want to adjust this right, like I had it the other day, and then my computer crashed and it kind of lost it, so I'm going to move it back over where it was. Okay, so it just has to go over like a little bit here, if I remember right. And when I did that, everything just lined right up after I put it in place. Oh, here we go. See this right here? See that right there? Watch this. That goes right with this. Right here, this big crater. See it on the moon? Right there, see that area of the moon? That goes together right there. Absolutely goes together. This little area of this weather pattern goes with that part right there. And then you just follow the lines around. Look at how it goes around and kicks out. You see how it does that on that impact, or the lunar south pole? They go together. This area does. I'm going to save it right there. And then we'll just take a look at it. And see my screen flashing? That's Google Earth screenshotting my computer. And that's why they do the weather thing. That's why they're changing the weather, because they screenshot everything you do on Google Earth. If you're onto something, they save it. I noticed it with with Dutch Sense when I first started watching Dutch Sense's videos, and he would show something on Google Earth. His screen would flash all the time, and then I saw it start happening to me, and then look at this, how it goes right around Schrodinger, the most important, or the Christ crater. That's its new name. And you see how it curves right back here? That weather pattern is created by that lunar south pole. And not only that, I mean, look at that crater right there. That's so nice. You won't see things like that much anymore in the weather, unfortunately. But there you go. That right there is what happened to your lost city of Atlantis. Okay, so because this was right there where it was. This is right where they say Atlantis was. Okay, and there's what this had something to do with its disappearance. That's a guarantee. I guarantee that. If there ever was an Atlantis, that's why it disappeared. I mean, there's a lot of mysteries that can be solved when you do this. I'm telling you, you can solve it, at least for yourself. No, other people may not believe it, may think it's that you're out of your mind or whatever. But it's only important that you know, anyways. So I advise people to take a look at things like that. The weather is really interesting. It tells the story. It's the most accurate history of the planet. The weather is, and the rocks themselves. But I mean, the weather is pretty. If we had the weather images that they have at NOAA, we would be able to put it together so easily. But that's why they changed the weather and make it more difficult. But there's your big hole, and that's the reason for your big hole. Now, could have done it from an impact, could have done it from space, from magnetism, gravity. I don't know. I'm guessing magnetism myself, because opposite poles attract, right? We know that in magnetism, opposite poles attract. But if you take this, I shared this image on my Google Plus. It should be on there, so you can take this image and you can line it up the same way with the lunar south pole, just like that, and you can go through it yourself. That's what that is right there, that crater. That's what it is. I know, I'm just crazy. But now watch what happens. Now that that's aligned with that lunar south pole, we'll bring up Mo, which is Mare Oriental, and look how it just falls in place now. It just lined it up too. Look at that. Now it's pretty well aligned. So then we can bring up other things like the Three Kings and take away Mo, and then Three Kings is just going to be in part of the whole too. And then we go to south. Look at this blank spot. See that? There's looks kind of like a blank spot there in a way. This right here is interesting. I've seen this a whole bunch of times, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly. I mean, that could be Schrodinger itself right there. That could be Schrodinger with the lunar south, this curve or whatever. I mean, there's these all these are all related. I call it the Three Kings because of these three weather patterns, which are like the 3 sevens basically, 3 number sevens. It's more like a question mark, but anyways, the 7 is on the Earth. That's where they get the 7. That's how they relate 7 to Jesus or God or whatever, to religion or whatever. These might be 666. There you go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we figure out now? That's how it works, people. That's how you see. That's how you notice things. It just all of a sudden, okay, 666. The world was upside down at that time. The Antarctica was the North Pole, and this was the South Pole. Maybe the world does flip. You know that? Maybe it does. Maybe the Earth does flip over. Who knows? Who really knows? But that's pretty interesting, just right there. Because you will see 3 sevens. This is not always like this. It'll be 7s, and you've seen in my videos before the 7s. We'll just call it 999. But you see what I mean? That's how it all ties to the religion part of it. I'm not joking. I'll bet you that is where it comes from. The 666. I'll bet you $100. That's where it comes from. Something like that. It's related. It's something related to the moon. There ain't no doubt about that. Guarantee that. Okay, so we could let me just go ahead and take off the lunar south pole. We'll just check out what I was doing before with the supercontinent build. See, it's all built here. I have it all built here. I've had it built here for a long time. We can go back up to Copernicus, where I put Imbrium and Copernicus here at least 2 years ago, and I've been building it ever since here, and I've gotten it together pretty well, really. I mean, you got South America. We know South America was here already. How do we know that? Because of this lump in the ocean floor. That's why I'm saying this continent did not sink. The lost continent may have been lost in the past, but it's been found in modern times. Because look, South America has the same curve in the continent right here. Where's it at? Okay. You see right here, there's like this U shape, like a smiley face right here. That's the same thing as that lump in the ocean floor. Now I don't have it right over that in this picture, but it goes with that area of the ocean floor. That area of South America, as I've shown before, goes with that area right there in South America. They were right over the top of each other or something at one time, or after this moved, that ocean floor, is rising or something, and it has shaped itself the same way as it did when it created South America, which was basically the eruption in the hole. Let's see how that one lines up with this South America one here. You see what I'm saying? How it falls into the hole? And I didn't line those two up together. You just watch me align that one. But they do go together. They're all related. And if you go like this, the interesting thing about this is if you go from the center of where I seen that hole, it's right there's the Azores right there. I don't think this is a bridge. I'm not sure if it is or not, but I think there's a hole over here, or it's something like the shape of a hole, because that's where I seen that weather pattern that I just showed you. But check it out. If we go like this with our line tool or whatever, our ruler, if we just go like from the center of the Azores and go all the way around to the line flips, it gives us like an impact on the opposite side, right where we're building everything, but not right in the center right here. But we can go like this now. I want to do this from a couple different spots, so first I want to turn off this South American picture, and we'll see if I bet you I can get it to line right inside the center of that. I bet you. Let's see. I'm a gambler lately because I've been winning a lot. Okay, so I think this is the center of one, and I want to go from there first. I want to check that from there, just like right here. Oh, wow. Right where those islands are. And then look at this right here, how this breaks off something. This is like an impact, like a crater or something. You see how they've got these rays, these lines that come this way, and something breaks off right here. There's something that creates that shape in the Sahara right there, that little curve. But anyways, that's interesting. Right there at those islands, I never knew that one. And I just recently discovered that that's probably the center of one of the impacts right here, this area, because I got Mare Oriental aligned there very well. Now I want to go from like this area here for the center of, see what happens with this one. This one's probably just going to go into the Sahara, right where that big volcano is, right here. Yep, right there. No, it goes right here. Okay, so I'm going to put it right. I'm going to start it from here then, because see, I've seen different images of Africa. This does. You look at this image, and this is the shitty image, the softened, weakened, crap that they give us now. It used to be different. It used to be uglier, but it was more. It looked more like the real, like something real. I don't know, something like that. But you see how everything's like. See, Africa was here too. Africa was here, people. They say that continent was here. Well, Africa was here. South America was here. They were all built here. You know why they call this New Guinea? Do you understand why they call that New Guinea? Because here you got the Sahara right here, and you got South Africa right here, and you got the Congo right in here, and that's New Guinea because this is Old Guinea. Right here. This is just Guinea, right? Well, that's New Guinea. And they used to be together. I think Africa went that way, and I think South America went that way. That's what I think. I think Africa went this direction, and I think South America went that direction. Or they went together. Both went together. That, I don't know. It's hard to say. Everything looks, North America definitely looks like it went this direction with the lines you see in the ocean floor and how clean the ocean is there, the floor. You know, it kind of looks like it's just been wiped clean or something scraped over the top, and it looks like you see these straight lines going that direction. And you can bring North America over here to the Hawaiian island chain and see that the Hawaiian island chain leaves its mark somewhere like right in here, comes down and then comes down this way. It definitely, and then South America right here. This is the Hawaiian island chain right here. Same angle as the Hawaiian island chain. So I'm just saying that all these things were created in the Pacific, and they say, you know, the moon was created from the moon created the Pacific Ocean. Because, but they don't even get close to saying it's because the moon hit the Pacific. They say because the Mars-sized planet, it hit the Earth, all the stuff that was ejected, the theory is the Earth was spinning so fast that it ejected all that crap from the Pacific Basin, and that's what possibly formed the moon. Come on, people, that's really ridiculous. You see all this subduction? What's that look like? It looks like a big scar to me. What's this look like? That looks like a big impact. It's subduction. You can plate tectonics and all that. Okay, whatever. But no island sank, no continent sank right here. Well, unless it was what was smashed down into the ocean by the moon when it hit here. Because it's definitely something hit here. This is the only place on Earth that looks this way. Everything else is a ridge. This is all your subduction here, pretty much. Here a little bit, but these are all ridges. And the Pacific, like I said, I built it here 2 years before I ever even heard about it. Anyways, I'm going to let you go. I don't want to talk your ear off. But yeah, that Christ crater thing is very interesting. We need to work on that one, I think. I'm going to work on it. I know that. All right, everybody have a great day. What's going on here? It's not stopping. Oh. Huh. I wasn't even recording? Yeah, it was.